Hello everyone and welcome once again to the boundary line at a blustery Boundary Park, although not as blustery as it was this time on Sunday. You'll have seen the footage of the flags flying in the wind and the posts wobbling as Josh Drinkwater went viral with his touchline conversion, a viral clip for the first time in JD's career, I would suggest. But what a moment. And we'll come on to that debrief of the Batley draw in just a moment. We've got a feel-good 20 minutes or so, we hope, in the company of the Twins. And last time we had you on the boundary line, I had to get you to introduce yourselves. I'm really confident this time of saying hi, Ted.
Hey, there we go.
Got it.
And welcome, Jay.
Spot on. Hey, that's one more step to get to know us. I do appreciate that. Instead of the old twin, Ted and Jay, I like that.
Yeah.
I do.
And both recovering from what was a real bruiser, guys, a couple of days ago. You know, let's start there. We want to talk and look ahead. We've got the 1895 Cup against the old enemy, Rochdale Hornets, to look forward to on Sunday. We want to start here because we knew that was going to be a bruiser. Batley Bulldogs do what Batley Bulldogs do. So 48 hours on, we're recording this Tuesday afternoon. How are the bodies and how are you feeling?
So honestly, I think from being in the Championship previously, one thing you know about Batley is they're always a physical team and they never go away. If you actually look at the results last year, near enough every game they played, they were tight fixtures, whether they won or lost. And I think we said this, it's good to happen to us at the start of the year. I think the way we beat York, as much as we love that, I didn't think it would have helped us mindset-wise going into this Batley game. And fair play to them, they came with a game plan, they came to slow the ruck down, they came to make things messy, and they did that. And then in the second half, I think they've shown a world-class performance on how to do drive, here's a kick, get out of a corner, and it's something that we did against York really well, and I think we just got a bit miscomplacent after going up early in the game, but we're going to learn from it. Like I think we always say, we're still a new squad, we're still gelling together and finding our identity, and to be fair, coming out with a point, I think it was a point gain instead of a point lost, because that, if, like you said about Drinky, if it wasn't for his kick, it could have been a different story. But no, there's a lot to learn from, and I said this to the boys, happening early on in the year is only going to make us better. So if it's going to happen, it's good it's happened now.
What I loved, Ted, about that was, in a perverse way, was how gutted all of you were. You came off as if you'd played appallingly, you'd been well beaten. Actually, you didn't, for whatever reason, play great, and you still got a draw against one of the most competitive teams in the league.
Yeah, that's just the standards we set at the club, though. Like, that's the standard that sort of what's expected from everyone. We know what's expected, Sean, from the staff, and it's always disappointing not to deliver. And I'll go on record and say it now, even if we had managed to scrape a drop goal, kick over, won the game, I can tell you now that elation would have lasted for about 10 minutes until everyone sat down and actually had a real think about the game and gone, win, lose or draw, we pride ourselves on a performance. If we can deliver Sean's standard and what's expected, if we lose the game, he'll come in and be like, lads, thank you. Like, you've lost the game. It's a game of rugby. Sometimes you're going to lose.
Just got beat by the better team.
I think it's the manner you lose it in, and the fact that we got outbeaten by a team that looked, like Sean said, hungrier. Like, it's something that we draw the line, like that's not acceptable for us. We can get beat on a good performance, we can get beat by the better team on the day skill wise. If they can score in the corner, produce it, that's brilliant. What we can't get beat on is effort areas and intensity and like commitment, and that's something that we said from day one. So that's something that'll be probably in review tonight, will be looked at, dealt with, put to bed, and focus on Rochdale coming up. But yeah, it's a tough one to take. We move forward, like I said, you can only look forward now. It's happened. If we learn from it, it could be like, I always use Keighley last year as an example when we lost. Probably the best thing to happen that season. It's besides obviously getting the unbeaten season, which would have been nice. I generally think that Keighley loss prevented us from slipping up against other opposition in that league. Just realising, hold on a minute, we need to be on it all the time in this league.
And it was also the fact that performance and that loss at Keighley was in front of such a huge travelling support from Oldham, which would have dented your pride a little bit as well, I'm sure, to make sure that doesn't happen again. Just one more on that. On Sunday, I was walking off the pitch talking with Jack Johnson, who helped himself to 3 tries as he reinvents himself as a flying winger.
Hey, he's smashing it.
He was brilliant. But one thing he did say is, for whatever reason, we didn't play the conditions and they did. So why did we not? Like, we turned up, there were weather warnings on the day. We knew what it was going to be like.
I know.
We knew Batley were going to do that. So So why did Batley do that better than we did?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, training in Oldham's always cold, always windy, always raining, so it's not even the excuse.
You're going to lose people there.
I know, it's not even like the excuse that we've been on a dry track and had that for all pre-season, because we haven't. I generally think the conditions both teams have to play with, and I think Batley just played them better. I don't think they necessarily suit them better than we do. I mean, it just was a physical game between us both, and honestly, I just think it falls down to preparation and falls down to just potentially thinking the game was going to be a bit easier than it was, and fair play to Batley. Like I said, they've been in the top 6 in Championship before. They've made their way through the competition as
in grand final.
I was going to say, I was going to make a joke then as underdogs, if you get what I mean. There,
but you
just ruined that there for us. But yeah, they've always gone under the radar. But I remember Ted saying it before the game. They're in every game they play, they're in, and fair with Woodsy at half there. I think he just shown how to control the game and basically put spars on them, say do your best. So we'll live, we'll learn, but I think they just played the conditions better than us. I don't think we're suited more to dry track, wet track, because again, we're in England, you don't know what you're going to get any game. I just think they played it better.
And it'll be a great trip to Batley, as it always is, because they play on a pitch that you can
treadmill.
You can sledge down.
We've had some terrible times.
Love that pitch. Love that pitch.
We alluded to Josh Drinkwater. There's a wider question here of leadership. As stunning as his kick was, and it was incredible with what was on the line, and the fact that if you watch back the footage, the post looked like they're about to fall down, and he just absolutely nails it. Yeah. But what I loved about that when I spoke to him afterwards was, why did you step up? Did Kieran Dixon not fancy it? He said, no, he still fancied it. And, Kieran missed 0 from 3, which he never does. No. He never does. He's a fantastic kicker. But JD just said, I'm having this. I fancy it. It's the right side for a left footer. I don't care about the conditions. And that for me spoke volume. When you talk about the leaders in this squad, that's leading by example.
It is. It's just taking the moments and just like putting it on yourself. I think we're quite fortunate at the club. Our leaders want to lead by example. They don't want to just talk about, they don't want to talk cheap sometimes, they don't want to just say it. I think a leader that can show his actions over his words most of the time is probably a better leader, especially in this sport. So if you've got Gil, man of few words on the field, on the podcast as he was brilliant, like I've never seen him talk so much ever, but when it comes to game day, a bit few words, the few things he say are intense, they mean it, but he knows that I'm going to show you what the actions are anyway. I'm going to show you how I'm going to lead by example in a game. Drinky the same, he's going to show us, as well as leaders around the park. If it comes to a big moment, that's why he's had the career he's had, that's why he's the name he is, along with all our senior players, because they've been able to grasp big moments, lead by example, and sort of say, right, that's how you do it, not having just necessarily speaking it, but more, I'm going to show you. And there's no better way, I don't think anyway, than your leader stepping up like Drinky done and gone, that's on me. If he missed it, we don't come out with a point. And then he's got it on him for telling Dick, I'm not even asking, no, you're not having it, I'm having it. If he misses it, that's on him, and he took that pressure. So thankfully he did, because he said it's a point for us, and I'm glad he did it, to be fair. So
just one more point then, on the weekend before we move on, and we're unbeaten in 2 games, which is a good start, whichever way you look at it. The crowds is something we discussed in depth with Sean and with Bill Quinn last week. It's very easy to forget how far we've come, because they're so much better than they have been before Mike and Bill came in, and we're clearly on the right path, but we all want to get them up. We had 1,500 last week, 100 or so below that this week. As you saw, awful weather, other stuff going on. We had half term. We had Man United and Man City in consecutive weekends playing on TV.
Football's rubbish.
If you're looking for reasons why fans don't come, there are reasons there. But it's something we're really, really hungry about building as we are in our media department, as you are. You're looking to build as players. But so as players, what's your take on, the bigger picture of how we sell what we know? Everyone here at the club knows it's an unmissable match day experience. So what's your kind of take on where we are?
Yeah, I can only say this from being at different clubs in the past, been in obviously Super League winners in the way they ran it, and they ran it to a really good standard there as well, and can honestly say the amount that goes on here on game day is unbelievable. I think one thing when you look at our non-players and how much they still buy into the experience of wanting fans to be happy, whether obviously winning's the best option for the fans, we all come to watch that, but it's the beforehand where you have the media with the players, and you've got lads like Lawton a few weeks, he wanted to throw darts, like he wanted to play darts against fans, like I think health and safety had a thing about that, but
and then he backed down when they see the size of him.
Oh yeah, the bouncer. But no, they want to get involved, and we all want to get involved. I think as players, when you have an atmosphere in a game, I can't tell you how much it makes a difference, and understanding from the club's perspective, and like you said, you got to look at how far you've come, and compared to when we first started here to the end, seeing crowds grow and grow and grow has just been exciting. But I think when it gets to points like this, I think it's just about supporting us more. And the reason why I say that is because the club has got this trajectory where it's going to want to go to the skies. And to go to the skies, it's a buy-in from players, it's a buy-in from staff, it's a buy-in from everyone around the club. And that's including the fans.
It's our job to bring off as many people as friends and families as we can as well.
Yeah, and we do that, and our friends and families love it, and it's a really good family atmosphere for everyone. But I just think we're at this level now, which is unbelievable considering where we've come from. But it's never a bad thing to be happy where you're at, but always wanting to strive more. And I think that's the case now, is that if we just stay where we are now, then fair enough, we might be a competitive part-time champ team, but realistically, are the fans here to want to watch a competitive part-time champ team? Are players signing here to be a competitive part-time champ team? Are staff doing that? Is Bill putting money in for that? End of the day, no, we've got aspirations to be at this club and take it further. Like, Super League's always been in the mouths since we first got here, and that's not changed. Well, in my opinion, it's not changed. And anytime I speak to staff and Bill and Mike and Longy, that's not changed. So if the fans can back us with that dream, and fair enough, you've done amazing so far, but let's consider, well, how are we going to take this to the next level? That is building attendances, getting a buzz round, getting them ticket sales in, because at the end of the day, as well as the new RFL rules, recruitment starting early in it, and the fact the club now will have one eye on this season, but which is a good thing. They've got one eye on next year, one eye on the year after, and when we lose them few bad IMG years, it's going to be exciting at this club, and I feel like we should have a better IMG rating now. Obviously, you get burnt with the past, but when that's gone, this club wants to be in a position where we go, right, well, we've got it all now, we are ready. So let's get to that position and force them to go, hold on a minute, look what Oldham are doing. And that involves everyone.
I'm thinking about creating a new role for you as head of PR.
It looked like you were worried about your job then as well at the same time. Should I be the cameraman and just get rid of Casey as well?
So
we'll do
welcome to the boundary line. Here's George with us today.
He's just lost his job, he's looking for a new team.
Yeah, I'll start the front row alongside Gil.
Honestly,
do that. I'll take that.
It's not a PR stunt. Like I said, especially with me and Ted, we join a team and join a club, and there's a lot more to just playing on it. And like we've always said, if 10 years time I can come and sit as a fan and watch the game and go, you know what, I was part of this history, that means a lot to me. It does, and it means a lot to the players. So as much as it's good for PR, it generally just come from the heart. We want this club to succeed, and as much as it does well for us, like I said, it's more for to be honest, it's more for the fans who have had to watch Oldham go from being right at the top to the very bottom, and I think there's nothing more exciting now than see your club resurging.
There's a motto of this club, stronger together, and it's that motto for a reason. As much as these guys can smash it out there, as much as the nice media bits we put out, we're all in it together, and without the fans buying as well, it becomes more tricky. So this is a journey for all of us to hopefully enjoy and be exhilarated by. Just one more on that. What do your families make of it when they come? Obviously they're biased because they're coming to see you guys, but in terms of their Sundays at Boundary Park, what do they make of it?
Do you know what? It's very few. I've got 2 kids under 3. I have bags under my eyes, as you can tell. But coming here, for one, it seems to settle me, little one. It's mad. She sits there in the crowd with me missus. They love the atmosphere around. It's so family friendly. You've got people saying hello. They get to know your families. The fans get to know your families around the area. We have a couple that sit over in the Joe Rule stand as well, and they get to know them. They're asking how things are going, how you've been doing. It's just the family feel and the atmosphere around is, I'd say, unrivaled. As Jason, we've been to a few clubs, and our families, our friends enjoy coming here, and they enjoy coming to watch us. it doesn't matter if it's 45 minutes away or an hour away. They just love the experience. It's not just to come and support us, which it is as well. They're actually fans now. So like my auntie who's just supported me and Jay for our career, she's an Oldham fan now. Like not just because me and Jay, because what she sees, what she knows the club doing, the experience she gets and stuff, and it's just unreal, really. Like, I'm proud to bring my family here, and it's just something that when you can say that, it's happy players, happy life, happy wife. So if she's if she's happier, then I'm happier.
One thing that's blown me away on the fan base that we're trying to grow. We started this year doing streaming live, just the audio version of our match commentary. We had Elijah Taylor on at the weekend. There's always a balance when you make a call like that, because you don't want to stop. Give fans a reason not to come. But when we see where people are listening from, it's like it's blown me away. There's people listening in San Francisco, Ontario, and Canada. Devon.
Lawton said he's charging for that, by the way.
Yeah,
now.
I know.
He just said it's 100 quid an appearance for him now to come do the radio. He said.
But we've got Oldham fans in places that I never knew
fantastic
existed, which excites me. Obviously, we'd rather these people were here rather listen. The fan base is out there, and they're everywhere. They're Oldham fans from a sleeping giant that we describe this club as. We have a lot of fans.
I know we've not got the Hollywood owners, but when me and Ted tried to describe it to like our clients in the gym, we used Wrexham.
Bill might take issue with that.
I know, sorry Bill, you know what I mean? Yeah, you might be a Hollywood in Oldham anyway, but it's almost similar to Wrexham, isn't it? They were a sleeping giant, and they've managed to look at the success they've got now and the media coverage they've got, and I know part and parcel is to do with the owners as well, but they've just rid that wave, and players and fans have bought into it, and the stuff you're doing on social media and things like that, it is second to none, and the fact that you can give people an experience that don't necessarily come to games is brilliant. I mean, I'll show you a clip afterwards. My daughter, she's 3.5, and she watched this Sean interview, and then she pretended to get up.
To plug this in.
Yeah, she pretended to get up, and then I filmed it, and she was pretending to be Sean giving an interview after the game. Swear down, 3.5 years old.
Daddy, you dropped.
No, straight, Daddy, you're a loser for that Batley game.
So all of us have lost our job.
Yeah, basically. But back to the family thing, she's 3.5, and I can't tell you how much she actually enjoys coming, and she sits and she watches, and to be fair, I'm getting more of a review from her now than I am from Sean after games, but she generally absolutely loves being here, so I don't think age actually matters. Like you said, some of the lads are bringing the newborns here, and I've brought Minnie up. I didn't manage to bring her up in Newcastle because obviously all the travel and stuff, so the fact that I've got to bring her here and seeing how much she enjoys it and how much she's getting from it, and she's asking me, Daddy, when she wants to come training with me, like, you can't come training with me.
Daddy's getting shouted at tonight. You can't come tonight.
Well, definitely not tonight, no. For the game days, like it's absolutely brilliant. Sean, please don't shout at us.
If you're listening to this and thinking, I fancy a piece of that, please go on our website. Upcoming tickets are on sale. We've got loads of exciting home games. Some big clubs coming here this year, the likes of Toulouse, London, Featherstone. That Toulouse game, by the way, is going to be something very special because we've got a world record attempt, a huge community dance event that's lined up for that as well. So stay tuned across our social channels in the coming weeks and months to hear all about that as well. I'm conscious that you two have been talking for so long. We're running out of time, and we're not even talked about Rochdale. Everyone loves a rivalry, and this, we talked about this. You had the team meetings at the start of the year, the 1895 Cup. It's another cup competition. We're not banking on going out to Hull KR, but it's going to be a tough ask in the Challenge Cup. But we've got an opportunity in this one for a road to Wembley, a second chance to get to Wembley, which I know is something this club is very keen on.
100%. We were very fortunate through Witness to go to Wembley and take the club there, and to take your fan base to Wembley for an experience is just second to none, really. The 1985 is something we aspire to achieve, and don't get me wrong, Challenge Cup as well.
1985, you just reinvented
1895.
So there's your job.
I know, so I'm sacked. But it's something we do want to make a good cup run in. We picture ourselves in the final, we want to win it. Again, like you said, we've got KR in the Challenge Cup. It's something we'll give a go as well. We'll try and beat them. We'll turn up on the day. Like I said, it's a game of rugby. Who knows? And that. But as you said, before you can look at Wembley, we've got to look at Rochdale. And honestly, I reckon I've played Rochdale more my entire career the past 2 years than I've played any other team.
They ran us so close in the Law Cup.
That game and the Law, as you can feel even though the Law Cup, but you feel like when it's Rochdale, there's no friendlies in rugby league, especially when you're playing your derby. And they played very well. We had a side out that we would still are a competitive side. When we say and it's daft as it sounds, our fringe players are very good players that would step into teams that's that competitive at this squad and at this club. So I wouldn't even go as far as say we played a weaker team, the so-called, or didn't play the higher end players. We played a team that should 100% be putting their all in to beat Rochdale, and the fact that they give us such a good game and it was like to and fro, close, it was just brilliant really. We enjoyed them games. You love grindy games, coming out winning them, it's fantastic. And as I said, we know Rochdale well, they know us well. I suppose we could do a review on about 10 games we played over the past 2 years, so it's going to be a good game. Hopefully as a local derby we get all the fans down as well, but we're very excited, and I'm sure Rochdale, after the back of the stellar performance at Keighley, are also gearing to go. So
yeah, chance in the cup, local rivalry, and also an opportunity to right a few of the wrongs from 7 days ago, right?
Yeah, definitely, and it is one of them where it's a cup game we want to win. It's not like we're going to go light into it. I can't imagine we would do anyway, but I think we'll go full metal again, and like I said, put things right, because the week after, I know you don't want to look 2 weeks in advance, we've got Barrow away, and that, like I said, the Batley away, Barrow away are two of the toughest championship teams to face away. They just know how to play their conditions. So if anything, having that game against Batley will do us really well going into Barrow, and hopefully the fix up tonight we can nail on. But like Ted said, Rochdale's going to be a really competitive game. We're definitely, and I think after the Batley game, not going to take things light at all now. If anything else, I think you'll see the most professional Oldham side in the next few weeks, because we've sort of had that little dip, and you don't get many chances again, and we're not looking to really do things on luck. We want to do things based on our squad and based what we're about.
Last chance to see the boys here for a couple of weeks or so. We do go on the road. We got that Barrow game. We got the Hull KR away, which is a Friday night game, by the way. So make sure you book the afternoon off work if you have a job that would allow you to do that. We'd love you to travel.
We better let our other owner know what we're actually.
You might have to see this. Yeah, sorry, we're not going to be in
if selected.
Players have got to take off as well. If selected, Sunday here for a local rivalry, an intense derby. Go online, get your tickets. Some hospitality options still available. Just the £15 upgrade to the VIP access tickets for Pie and Peas up there with Brady in the bar, or you can come in the bar 1895 with me just under the stand here. That's always rammed before the game. Make sure you join us on Sunday before those two away games. We've eaten up the time. That's as far as we go, just about, unless you've got anything you want to throw my way.
I've got a question. I have one question for you. Yeah. Right, so we've mentioned about the radio stuff that you do. If you had your worst player to come up on that radio at the club, who would it be? The one that you'd go,
oh, that's a good question. That,
if someone pushed this person to you and went,
they've got to do radio,
you go, that's the worst option you could pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Possibly Josh Drinkwater. I would say, because he's so good at everything. And he knows
That's a cop out.
And he knows it.
That's a cop out reply. Because he's the best interviewer ever.
We all know it's Keane, but let's move on.
Keane's done commentary.
Has he?
Against his will.
I didn't think he would.
He was eating a pie when I asked him to do it. So but he was all right. I can tell you who's, but I haven't answered the question here, have I? Marcus has done a couple, and he's annoyingly good.
Yeah.
He's a young lad. He knows the game.
Yeah, even his interviews he did. Yeah,
he
for the third time.
Who I generally wouldn't want. I don't know. Would Danny Craven say anything? He's so grumpy, isn't he? Would he? He's
a witness buster, so no comment.
And also,
he's amazing.
Also, if Danny Craven was commentating with me, that means he wouldn't be playing, either not selected or injured.
So he wouldn't be happy about that.
Yeah, he would not.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah,
I would basically be commentating on my.
There you go. Well, that's a fair answer. That's fair.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
You're off the hook.
I know. I've got a question though as well.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, just if Ted's got asked one, I do. No, come on, let my question happen. Position on the field. If you could put yourself in any position for Oldham on the weekend against Rochdale, what position would you? And the reason why. I want to hear the reason why.
Well, you can probably see by looking at me that I don't play rugby. I never have.
I wouldn't have thought that.
I'm a footballer.
I was going to say because Wildy plays it.
Wow.
The twin.
Wow.
The other twin.
You can end that there.
Me and Matty Wildy, well, I'll get him on one week just to
Yeah.
prove we aren't the same person.
No.
Like half a dozen people at the weekend
Yeah.
thought we were the same person.
Exactly. There you go.
And I took my hat off and said, you're definitely the same person.
And he chops people down in the game, so
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think I don't have the work rate to play where he does.
Yeah.
I'd have to hide out wide.
Yeah. Winger.
I've played one game of rugby league in my life, and that was a charity game up at Waterhead,
Oh, wow.
2016.
Yeah.
And I was on the same team as. Right, I'm just going to drop a few names here.
Here we go. Oh, now you've asked.
Kevin Sinfield.
Oh, wow.
Lee Breers.
Oh, my God.
A few others. And
Yeah.
I just I've never played, so I'm going to hide out one. Lee Breers put me in for 2 tries, just like kicks, and I was miles offside. Ran through, took them.
Oh, right, winger.
There you go,
I like
centre
that,
winger
So
then.
I just hit out wide.
Yeah.
I think
like
we had
that.
17 players on the pitch.
Just let Sean know you're available then.
Yeah. So I'd hide out wide.
Yeah.
if
Okay.
that's not a couple.
Good
I
answer.
think Rochdale are scared knowing you're going on the wing
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I think.
I won't be. All the tickets are now being cancelled. All the tickets that we've just sold.
Players will pay tickets to watch that, mate. Don't worry. I reckon you'll get more than you think.
Be a record attendance.
Right, are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll let you
Yeah,
off the hook there.
yeah.
You've got to get to training. Thanks for your time.
No
So
worries.
No, it's
Always a
always a
pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Always
we
a
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We really hope we see you on Sunday. We've got a couple of away games coming up, but we've got the Derby, Rochdale Hornets, first road, we hope, along the road to Emily in the 1895 Cup. Go online, book your tickets, and we'll see you here on Sunday.